Haja! Haja ho, haja hej, haja ha. Myślmy, co się teraz dzieje. To nie będzie żem frajerem. No.
Mam reklamę.
Woo! Siema, 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 siema wszystkim oglądającym nas tutaj. Witamy na pierwszym odcinku z Encased. To jest taki bardzo prawdziwy RPG, gdzie dużo czasu spędzimy na robieniu postaci. Może być tak, że cały dzisiejszy dzień to będzie robienie postaci. Uczulam na to. Ale sam nie znam tego świata. To jest napisane, że to jest na podstawie RPG z późnych lat 90. i początku 2000, ale nie pamiętam, żeby taki powstał. Może w Polsce go nie było. Ale no co, sprawdzamy go. Jakichś wodotrysków graficznych nie spodziewam się. Ale może coś ciekawego będzie. O, przynajmniej mamy nasz cel, który ostatnio zniknął w połowie streama. Dark Crystal, okej. Prime Matter. Black Tower. Hey, Possible by 2938 Kickstarter. A, to na Kickstartera w ogóle zostało, dobra. Enter profile name. Niech będzie. Jezu, to oni już teraz mówią, że będę miał crash reporty? Zmniejszmy muzykę, sound. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć. Mój głos trochę jest. Teraz będzie chyba dobrze. Mój głos się wybija ponad muzykę, dobra. O wow. Pomagane, wszystko. Quick save, quick load. F5. Wow. C, P, O, I, L, X, N, Q. Mapa na M, global. Mapie. Take all from. O! Quick reset może nie będziemy robić, ale ten. Pana stealth mode, dobra, jest jakiś stealth mode. Turn, spacja. Reload. Takeover B. Dobra, są jakieś. No pewnie przejdziemy. Dobra, robimy nową grę. Dobra, weźmiemy sobie journey po prostu. No okej.
1971. We woke up in a different world.
Okej.
The Cold War ended along with the Vietnam carnage. All because of the dome. The dome. A territory full of anomalous artifacts, phenomena, and organisms. We still don't know what it is. An alien city? Some kind of a testing ground or storage? Whatever it is, No living thing trapped under the dome can escape it. Yet even this did not stop the research. The major powers created the Cronus Mega Corporation to develop and explore the dome. Its secrets became a lucrative business. The Spire station was built on top of the dome to export the artifacts and import supplies and personnel.
Okej. To
The
jest
city
jakiś...
of Crystal Sands grew at the foot of the dome, eventually becoming a major
To jest jak
transportation.
z książki Kinga.
It required thousands of employees, and there was no shortage of candidates. Romantics, pragmatists, and adventurers of all trades swarmed recruiting centers around the globe seeking jobs at Cronus. You were one of those people.
Okej.
In 1976, your application was approved, and you went under the dome towards the future. Whether a good one or a bad one, only time will tell.
Kim gramy? Najpierw zamknę okno. Będzie widać moje gołe nogi. Prawie nie widać. Dobra, jakiś... Nie. Ja chcę create character. So welcome to the character creation screen where you will create protagonists to plunge into adventures under the dome. To begin, choose the name of your character, select the wing, they work, the portrait, and then adjust her portrait. Okay. Dobra. Będziemy grać. Może tak. Będzie Megrin domain. Wow. Będzie mail. Body type. Oh damn. Nawet? Taka poszczępiona, jak będziemy wyglądać? Nie! Okej, zrobimy sobie tu. Dobra, zagramy nim. Wygląda jak badass. Badassem. Niech będzie, że taki poszramiony. Spoko może być. Ma czarne na zdjęciu, niech ta postać będzie jak najbardziej fit. Kurwa, jaki zły. Dobra, gdzie chcę być? Cronus is divided into wings. These 5 departments are engaged in different activities. Choose a wing affects the background of your character, starting attribute values, giving chat equipment, and answer questions in dialogues. Proceed. Oh, tak, Blue Wing. The dome lay dormant for centuries and to take big and gigantic. Construction site with thousands of cars, Snow White cities, and the network of motorways spanning the inhospitable. Cronus is rightfully proud of its world-class infrastructure built from the ground up thanks to the hard work and knowledge of those employees of Blue Wing. Aha, oni się uczą, mele, tworzą. Dobra, to są tacy inżynierowie. Nie. Raczej tacy naprawcy tego. Cronus Wing. Determine the first priority of the thousand, find experts who can suss out the best solution of every problem, equip workers with the right tools and ship the necessary materials where they need to go. Every base built and every satisfaction is testament to the hard work and deep wisdom of Silverwing managerów. Okay. Blackwing. Using the most powerful... Dobra, to są typowi... Bije kogoś. Uderzam z aksa. Using the most powerful weapons and advanced military equipment, the employees of Blackwing protect humanity from the mirrored hazard of the dome. Blackwing's command is made up of the best officers from the most highly trained armies in the world who coordinate their subordinates to provide maximum support for every form, every wing under the dome. Muscle. Orange wing. Every person deserves a second chance. Okay, to jest dexterity, to była siła. Every person deserves a second chance, but those willing to make amends for their crimes by working for the betterment of humanity. Orange wing was created especially for this. Employees are everywhere, providing every kind of domestic service, from cleaning and delivery to manufacturing of. There are a lot of work to be done under the dome, and every employer of Orange Wing will be find a way to make a contribute. Survival plus 2 criminal. Nie sprawdziliśmy. Portretu heavy weapons, hand to hand, melee weapons, blood, fight. Skill points per level. Bionics influence. Mobility, melee weapons, contraptions, tech. Orange wing, combinants. Maximum carry weight, okay. Criminal. Immoral but practical. The skills allow you to take other people's things and penetrate restricted areas. Okay. Złodziej. I White Wing. Like Galileo and Newton, White Wing employees are launching a new era of science. They represent best minds of humanity, working diligently in a laboratories equipped with the most modern tech to uncover the mysteries of an ancient city. Plus 1 to brains. Brains. High-tech weapon, medicine, science, biochemia. Ja myślę, że zagramy sobie właśnie takim chemikiem. Chyba powinienem się nazwać Heisenberg. Zrobimy tak, bo Heisenberg nie był czarny. Dobra, zrobimy Heisenberga. Zrobimy Heisenberga. Czy które zdjęcie pasuje do Heisenberga? Może być. Bez okularków. Hair color blond. Nie, będę łysy, bo tu mam zdjęcie jeszcze sprzed chemioterapii. O. Łysy. Features. I am the one who knocks me to. Tak. Czy on miał rudą brodę? Zobacz, pasuje? Okej. Gramy Heisenbergiem. To jest stare zdjęcie w okularach, kiedy jeszcze potrzebował okularów. Teraz już mu zmienili wzrok. Each character in the game has a set of attributes, basic physical or mental characteristics. The higher the attribute value, the greater the advance of certain situation, and the higher the individual level of secondary characteristics and skills associated with the attribute. After selecting your wing, attribute points are distributed automatically, reflecting your wing's position, but you can redistribute them by deducting points from some attributes and investing them in others. Okay. Muscle na 1, bardzo mi się to podoba. Dobra, ale... If our character creation the brain stat is values of 1 or 2, the protagonist will be incapable of moving style. Often this leads to unexpected results. Some quests become unavailable with the others New options get unlocked. Relations with character change as well when communicating with the intellectual challenge protagonists. Some of them might show their hidden. Okay. Fajnie. Na razie sobie zmniejszymy wszystko na 0. Teraz tak. Heisenberg. Na pewno 10 w brains. Percepcja nie tak do końca, nie zauważył, że ten samochód, że w samochodzie są kluczyki. Ale damy 5. Health musi być mały. Więc damy tak na 3. Charyzma musi być duża. Damy na 8. Zręczność no też mała. Szczęście. No przez przez ile sezonów miał szczęście? Masz rację. Damy mu szczęście na 5. I psychę. Damy mu też na 8.
Psychę co?
No. Damy mu na 10 psychę. No. Więc mamy Heisenberga. Tutaj jest hit points 40,5, regeneration 9, close quarters damage 0, learnability 110. Zajebiście. Inicjatywa 23, nie mam żadnego pojęcia. Decyzja. Effect the success of remote attacks. Inspiration, authority 6. Charisma minus 5 razy 2. Movement speed 1. Więcej szczęścia. Nie będzie bardzo ten zręczny. Charyzmatyczny charyzmatyczny też był, prawda? Też był charyzmatyczny. Szczęście trochę mu sprzyjało, bo akurat był na tej misji, no to tak. Ale na pewno nie miał muskułów. Nie był wytrzymały. Bo był chorowity i nie był zręczny. Kill points per level 20. Och, damn. Detection time 4 sekundy. Defense class 42 resilience, mechanical resilience 0, evasion 10, 4 action pointy, 7, 12 light weapons, heavy weapons, high tech weapons. No, high tech weapons będzie na pewno napierdzielał. Hand to hand, nie sądzę. Melee weapons też nie sądzę. Contraptions, no na pewno. Piloting. Okay. Psionics, medicine, tech. Science! Kryminal na 6. Fluent. Survival 4. Trochę słabo przeżyłem. In case characters have varied skills that reflect their powers in specific areas, be in handling different types of weapons, applying medicine or repairing a weapon. We recommend choosing 2 applied and 1 combat skill, but you may select 3 skills as your attack skill. This will add an additional 30 points to each target attack. To the attack skill on the star icon on the left of its name. Okay. Dobra, applied. Science! Biochemical damage plus 10%. No. A tu damy high-tech weapons? Damy high-tech weapons. Jeden w nich. Izolacja. Wezmę jonizator. A, wziąłem sobie tutaj high-tech, tutaj science i jeszcze mogę sobie wziąć tutaj heavy weapons 15 i criminal 15. Mam tutaj criminal. Jednak był złodziejem. Tech 15. Myślę, że mamy sobie 3 applied. I science. Heavy weapons niestety nie są potrzebne. Grants you access to password protected terminals, computers and networks. No nie, do Heisenberga mi nie pasuje, żeby on miał komputery, prawda? Nie. Science criminal na pewno. A, tech nic nie zmienia. Czułem tylko 3 punktów. To weźmiemy jednak jednego tego combat skill. Weźmiemy high-tech weapons. A czy będę próbował wejść z walk wszystkich bez walki? Car driving jest nawet. Next. When creating a character, you can choose one personality trait for them if it has both pros and cons, and it's entirely optional. In case your character, you created a character with low intelligence, one more additional trait named as a bag of hammers will be added. Thematic. Cześć Kicia. Co tam? Si, dobra. Minus 5 inicjatywa. A Gun Fanatic, nie. Gun Fanatic. Solar, you work hard. Take by force what is given to others from birth. You and your friends survive many troubles, but some were not so lucky. Now you are torn apart, nie? Survivor mi się podoba. Nie. Vampire. Redneck. Neandertalczyk. Dark Lord! Thrill Seeker. Intuicja. Bossy. Prodigy. Hook. Don Quixote. Nie, no najbardziej mi pasuje boss. Minus 5 precyzja i encumber. Precyzja. Robi precyzja. Prestige. Teraz sukces. Remote attacks. Current house of taking Brands Carry. Wiemy to. Możemy nosić mniej, to pasuje. Jesteśmy mniej precyzyjni w strzelaniu. Jesteśmy bardziej charyzmatyczni. I am the one who knocks. Creator, that is almost complete. Now double check the data and confirm your choices. Male, white wing, bossy. Muscle mam chyba. Okej, to się nie liczy, więc możemy to potem... No nie umiemy przetrwać za bardzo. Influence w miarę. Science 50. Kryminal 36. Dobra, startujemy. Szybko, dobra, jestem w windzie. Interacting with different characters is important part of the game. To start dialogue, click on the character and if they are set to talk to you, a dialogue interface. Form conversation, you can find out valuable plot information, clues, and even receive tasks. Chose your line carefully. Careless words can use resentment or provoke a fight. Okay. Monty. Yeah. Gadajmy z Quentinem.
The orange is dressed in a new jumpsuit. The shiny badge on his chest reads Quentin Bisley, laborer. He's side-eyeing the screen skeptically.
O Jezu, ktoś to czyta.
Despite his tired, grim expression, his gaze is open and friendly. However, the general impression is unmistakable. There's something frightening about Bisley. The orange's face stretches into a broad smile, bearing his dentures to the world.
Like everyone, duh. In a black car, under guard. There's other guys too, the ones who go through the front door.
He nods at the black-winged woman beside him. Her nose wrinkles in displeasure, but she says nothing. Quentin raises his hands to examine the devices.
They call them humane handcuffs.
Humane handcuffs.
Truth is,
Nice.
there ain't nothing humane about them. They zap you real hard the moment you get your hands on a gun. But they sure look nice.
Bisley lowers his hands again and smirks.
A pogadaliśmy sobie z gościem, który jest pomarańczowym.
A tall woman is watching an ad playing on the monitor, arms crossed. The polished to a shine badge on her black overalls reads Elsa Olafson, Security Service.
Security service,
She
okej.
glances at you and offers her hand in a businesslike manner.
Greetings. Please take all necessary precautions. By that I mean, don't turn your back on him.
Elsa nods at the orange.
I just follow orders. Even if his crime was embezzlement, I have to keep him cuffed. Those are the rules.
Olafson shrugs in a sharp, mechanical way, as if racking the slide of
Aha, czyli to... Jezu. Gościu w ogóle nie jest groźny.
Our friends from the administration didn't deign to inform me about this man's record. Could be I'm escorting a serial killer. It's corporate policy, you know.
She gives the silver a vengeful look.
Okej.
A man with a mustache and a blue jumpsuit is standing at the window, studying the construction.
Wszyscy
site below
jesteśmy
with
kolorami
occasional break in the
poustawiani.
clouds. His badge reads Igor Patan, planner. The blue taps on the glass with one finger and gestures you to come and take a look. Seems like he doesn't speak English. Using sign language, mimicry, and all of your artistic talent, you're able to communicate.
On jest... A, to dzięki zdolności mogę z nim pogadać.
Once he's sure you're watching, Patanin points up in the direction of Spire Station, from which you departed a few minutes ago. He sketches the outline of the station on a broad, foggy section of glass. Once he's finished, the blue turns to you with a delighted expression.
Okej. Co ja bym chciał... Dobra.
This time, Igor is quite laconic. He pauses, then confidently writes cargo and personnel in block letters, and draws an arrow pointing downward. Beside it, he writes relics and draws an arrow pointing up. His R is turned back to front.
Nie rozumiem.
The blue begins to mark up his diagram with a series of footnotes.
O, dziękuję. Teraz
Turns
miał
out the
pewne
station's ring
pewne
diameter is a bit more than
ten-
1,500 meters.
informacje, jak duży
The
jest.
dome is 317 meters, and the total height of the spire, including the loading docks, is nearly 720 meters. With a series of confident strokes, the planner delineates the capsule's movement scheme, drivetrain, and massive hydraulic brakes on the glass. The engineer stops you with a gesture, and after rummaging through his pockets, offers you a small candy. There is a picture of a crayfish on the white wrapper. Is this candy crayfish flavored?
Próbujemy, zjemy, zjemy.
It's surprisingly spongy and tooth-achingly sweet. You can only wonder what it has to do with crayfish.
Ja nie wiem. To miłe. Various actions as eating food or taking medicines may impose certain status effects on you. They can last for different times and positive or negative. Some attacks abilities can also apply a status effect that changes the characteristic of the target. For example, bleeding or poisoning will gradually reduce health. Proceed. Mam plus 3 inicjatywy. Z Montim pogadamy na końcu. Tomoko
A
Kimura.
thin, pale young woman is sitting at the window, leaning against the illuminator. The glass is slightly fogged with her breath. She turns to you. Her shiny badge reads Tomoko Kimura, physiologist.
We've crossed the border. No way back now. Even traveling by the funicular wasn't so thrilling.
The white presses small hands to her blushing cheeks.
You were thinking, why have no children been born under the dome? I've got a working hypothesis, but I'm not ready to share it yet.
She says softly, as if answering a question you didn't ask. Kimura peers through the glass in the direction you
Percepcja teraz
Oh,
będzie się
that's the aircraft
kłóciła.
that crashed into the dome during the first expedition. I believe that's a wing fragment, and there's some white canvas. What do you think that is? Maybe a parachute?
Możliwe.
shakes her head, bewildered.
I just can't believe it. It's all true. We're on our way to meet the future.
Ale podniecona.
Kimura shoots you a surprised look.
You're familiar with the details of the briefing, right? To put it simply, the dome is a selectively permeable environment.
The white draws an invisible hemisphere in the air.
Inorganic objects may exit the dome without difficulty, but any living creature dies if transported back to the outside world. That's why we're all stuck here for an indefinite period of time.
Czyli weszliśmy tu i już nie możemy wyjść. Okej.
Kimura listens without interrupting, as if
Damy to,
considering your every
opowiemy jej naszą wersję, dlaczego dzieci nie mogą się rodzić.
It's quite possible. I would like to set up an experiment to test this in practice.
She cuts off abruptly. You exchange glances with the rapidly blushing Kimura.
Not in that sense. I mean, yes, in that sense, but it is science, you know? It's quite serious.
Będziemy się ruchać!
She blushes even more.
No thanks.
O, nie będziemy się ruchać. Dobra, no to teraz to jest chyba...
A guy wearing thick spectacles thrusts out a sweaty hand.
Monty James, Silverwing.
Tak, to jest menadżer.
He glances down at your badge.
Ah, it's you. I found your file extremely interesting. And your CV, wonderful. Inspiring, really.
Tak? Zabiłem dużo osób.
When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful, but silver level clearance has its advantages.
Monty winks. Monty makes a ring with his thumb and forefinger.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the dome after only 16 months.
Oh, wow.
Besides that, zero, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse, Foundation, and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
Kim jesteśmy? Jesteśmy zainteresowani forefathers technology. Jesteśmy doktorem, który ma się zająć więźniami. To jest noble mission. O, przepraszam. Albo mam się przyznać do tego, że cieszę się z okazji żeby wziąć udział w eksperymencie. Ja bym się skłaniał ku trójce.
Oh, I
Tak też bym
If
wydał.
you ever decide to sew together a Frankenstein's monster from the bodies of dead oranges, be sure to let me know.
The Silver laughs at his own joke, alone. An uncomfortable silence rises between you, and Monty abruptly changes the subject.
No,
He taps the narrow illuminator panel with one finger.
Look, there's a storm rising. The lightning is strange.
green.
Green. Should lightning be green? This is my first sandstorm.
Niestety nie mam na to odpowiedzi.
Kronos Foundation presents gleaming.
Jezu, można pooglądać.
State-of-the-art cities straight from the pages of science fiction. Well-paid, safe employment, career advancement opportunities, and a world-class social safety net. Noble and intellectual.
O, już dostałem jakieś doświadczenia.
In state-of-the-art laboratories, we're thrilled to welcome you to the dome. Please hold on to the handrail and
Tak wygląda. Ty, tutaj bardziej przypomina mi tego Heisenberga. Co to robi? A, to jest skaner. Tu jest zmęczenie, pragnienie i głód. Jezus Maria. No. Dobra, to myślę, że tutaj już pogadaliśmy z wszystkimi.
Olafson watches you steadily, her expression calm but also slightly annoying. Bisley is bopping his head from side to side, as if in time with a melody only he can hear.
What?
He asks, continuing to shake his head.
Okej.
Patanin smiles as if the two of you were old friends, and his mustache bristles.
Dobra, zrobiłem sobie kumpla. On mnie lubi. Igor mnie lubi.
It's astonishing. Just incredible.
Kimura whispers, looking through the illuminator.
Oj, nie.
Monty nods at the window.
Enjoy the view. It's a short trip.
Już jest długa. Dobra.
Stopping by the door's porthole, you watch as the ground slowly approaches.
A, rzeczy mogą wejść w stronę tego, ale tylko przez przez to, co wybudowali u góry. Ale nie mogą wyjść, bo automatycznie giną. Okej.
It looks brown-black through the tinted glass and smoky blue at the horizon. It almost seems like the clouds are pulling apart there.
Mhm.
You scan the desert for any sign of the anomalies you've heard so much about. A flat, dark form hangs in the air above the horizon.
No i zielone
Resembles a
pioruny.
mushroom cloud, but with a much denser structure. In the distance, you can also see a strange, apparently man-made wall rising from the sand. All the radio ads and TV shows were telling the truth. This place really was made for those who place their trust in science.
In science!
Just as you're about to move away from the window, you notice a whirlwind beginning to form above the ochre plain. The gathering storm drifts unhurriedly above the desert, a crown of green lightning flashing at its core. Clearly no ordinary weather phenomenon. It must be one of those anomalies. You freeze by the window, unable to avert your gaze.
Okej, co możemy co robić? Możemy tu wrócić do ludzi albo patrzeć na to. Ja myślę, że ja bym robił takie wow. Patrzył na...
The outlines of the landing site, blurred by clouds of dust, appear behind the greenish glass of the porthole. The capsule shudders as the braking devices engage.
Okej. O, jesteśmy już na dole. Conversation, no, newcomer to Concord. Use door. In Encased, you can rotate the camera a Q as well as when your camera is not tied to character, you can move using voice like keys. Turn to standard view by tab. Lucas, are you ready? Yeah. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You. Hold on a second. Fuck's sake, Lucas. Co się dzieje?
Not now.
Co oni zrobili? O, dobra, ładnie.
Come here. Come on now, or you'll miss everything.
A cheerful man in a white lab coat grabs you by the sleeve.
Super.
A badge reading Ludovico Nuzzi, scientific analyst, export department, dangles loosely on his clean uniform,
Spoko.
which still smells pungently of washing powder.
Look over there.
He points upward with a sharp, wide gesture and hands you his field binoculars.
Okej,
You
zobaczmy.
raise the binoculars to your eyes.
Ładne.
Under fourfold magnification, the whirling cloud above the rust-colored plains looks even stranger. Its core glows with flickering green light and
Ale ja tu
flashes
widzę
red
jakieś kropeczki, to może nie są te, to może są jakieś...
form a complicated pattern.
Może to dziwne.
Nuzzi bends close to your ear.
Fascinating. Do you want me to bring some filters? If we intercept the red and blue spectrums, we'll see something amazing. It's like a signal, some kind of message. I don't know.
Ludovico laughs unnervingly
okay.
and snatches the binoculars from your hands. With the binoculars raised to his eyes, he minutely adjusts the focus.
It's a massive whirlwind north of Concord, and not merely some desert sandstorm. That's an anomaly. I hope it lasts long enough for me to make a proper observation.
Okej, czyli anomalia i potrzebujemy
The scientist looks blankly at you, then down at his lab coat.
Ah, this? This?
He lets out a blaring laugh. Ludovico points at the building behind him.
I work in Concord Station, categorizing relics. My job is to classify them by rarity. Then the blues package them, silvers issue the documentation, and oranges move them to the cargo capsule. Just like the one you arrived in.
Super.
Nuzzi points upward.
Then the capsule takes the relics way up there, all the way to the spire, then to crystal sands by the funicular. They get auctioned off and turned into money. It's not like I endorse this, but we all like ourselves a good paycheck, right?
Ale dlaczego nie możecie wyjść stąd? Po co ci pieniądze?
He offers you his binoculars once again.
Do you want to have a look at the spire? It's amazing. But then you can look at the spire anytime. Now that sandstorm, that's what's truly amazing.
I need to go.
Nuzzi looks from you to the capsule and to the landing terminal entrance. He flings his arms up.
Oh, mi scusi. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. You'd better get going or you'll be late for check-in. Your colleagues are already inside, and the storm is growing stronger.
Thank you.
Yeah, the storm is growing stronger.
The white mutters in fascination, eyes glued to his binoculars, which is fixed on the spinning whirl of clouds.
Okej, tutaj on jest.
Welcome back.
You better get to the station and you get registered.
See ya.
Ja. Okej, tutaj po prostu mieliśmy przejść. Miejsce, żeby postacie się... To the game you will perform various tasks, some of which lead story as well as other different aspects of life on the game. Find out the task status and read the key. Okay? Newcomer Concord, Newcomer Concord. Okay. Inwentory, charakter. Data. Stacja. Plus 15! Za to dzisiaj. Margarita Teczenko. Jezu, jakie to... No, użymy. To mogę pogadać?
What do you want?
What are you doing? The idea itself is very impressive, but the execution suffers some failures. Obviously, the capital system is obsolete and cannot support such grand-scale projects. Komunikacja. Właściwie jest od komunikacji. Projekt. Właśnie gościu po prostu patrzy na przewody, żeby komunikacja cały czas była z górą. Przewody są źle położone. White animal damage equipment as well with the professional culture. Most of the problems could be solved in short order. Tak, zapytam się. Przeszczała się właśnie? Ach, prawie.
A ja próbowałam dać ci się wyspać.
Spokojnie. Kiedyś się nauczy. They don't tell me both because of some security order, but in my opinion this whole thing reeks of sabotage and in theory some silver should be imprisoned.
It was nice chatting.
Okej. Wezmę sobie drinka, może. Co? Znowu się zasikała? Junia! Siad! Siad! Siad pies! Powiedzenie, żeby wysiadło.
A ty myślisz, że nie mówiłam?
Aha. Dobra, nic nie chcę z tym. Zaraz będę. Ale potrzebuję drugiej...
A co ja próbuję jej założyć?
Aż. Nie widziałem twoje... Dzień dobry, z powrotem jestem i nic nie kupujemy. Odchodzimy od tego. Aha, ukradłem coś. A, można używać toalety. A, za to była achievka. A nie umiem, nie korzystam z tego, okej. To jest też kibel. Okej, robimy przeszukanie rozwalonej. Potem mogę użyć. Myjemy ręce po tym jak. Cześć misiu. O. O, mama poszła z pieskiem. No. Cześć. To jest Tiugen, tak? A, muszę się z nią. Public terminal.
Your selectron has not been properly authorized.
Okej.
Visit the reception desk to
A tall receptionist watches you from behind his desk with a bored, haughty look. He waves impatiently at you to approach.
O, nikogo nic innego nie ma w
Employee
kolejce.
glances at you indifferently. His upper lip is ever so slightly curled in contempt.
All new employees must register first thing. Come up to the desk, please.
The nameplate on the desk tells you you're talking with Dean Rayhet, administrator.
Dean Rayhet, administrator.
The administrator slaps himself on the forehead.
Ah, I almost forgot the regulation pre-registration greeting. Just a second.
Rayhet produces a reel-to-reel tape recorder from beneath the desk, rewinds the tape to the beginning, and presses play. The speakers explode with a harsh, crackling sound, over which the tick-tick of a metronome slowly grows louder. Solemn music begins to play, and the administrator's face takes on a serious expression.
Dear employee, on behalf of
Ja pierdolę.
I, Administrator Dean Rayhet, welcome you to your new life under the dome.
The administrator clears his throat and continues.
By joining our company, you choose the path of science and progress. You are among mankind's best, and we ask that you live up to this.
Dean squints down at the monitor.
Deserve this title. Do your job honestly. Obey the law. Respect your colleagues and...
The music fades, and the administrator finishes his speech.
And together we will build the best possible future for all mankind.
Dean puts the tape recorder away.
O
Now that
kurde.
we're done with the official greeting, I'll register you and upgrade your selectron. Okay?
The committee ads didn't lie. The interior of Concord Station looks just like the glossy brochure. The high ceiling is finished with matte light panels. The floor
Okay.
is slightly scratched, but nevertheless washed to a mirror finish. Lights gleam soothingly. It's clean, cozy, and bright. Dean stabs impatiently at the terminal keyboard.
Name and age, please.
Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod.
Tak, chyba bym miał wszystko napisane.
The administrator squints at the paper in his outstretched hand before setting it next to the keyboard and entering the information into the database. Rayhet scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784. You've been assigned to Magellan Station. A special bus will bring you there after a series of briefings. Please pass me your selectron so I can update the firmware.
Dean snaps the docking port of your pass to a recess in the casing.
Okej,
of the
dostaję
computer.
upgrade swojej karty.
The administrator returns your selectron.
Cronus was founded as a society of scientists and military professionals. White Wingers have special privileges at most of the original locations built in 71 and 72. And there are still purely white zones in Magellan too. Limited access laboratories, operating rooms, the morgue, warehouses, some parts of the reactor. I think you'll like it.
Dean continues.
Okej, mam dobre
You
dostępy.
have a short list of tasks to perform on arrival. Do you want to hear all the details or just the short version?
Rayhet nods and points at the ceiling.
First, you need a set of combat gear. Talk to Sidney Maynard, he'll give you everything.
Okej.
Dean extends his second finger.
Second, weapons. Ms. Margarita Takachenko is the clerk at the armory. After she dispenses your firearm, you'll need to head to the training zone for a brief weapons handling exam.
Kurwa, muszę egzamin zdać.
The administrator straightens his third finger.
According to the latest regulations, all employees must attend a briefing on psi abilities. Apply to instructor Andrei Mihai.
Dean extends his fourth finger and looks at you meaningfully.
Did I tell you about the combat and tactical training? The fourth step is to visit instructor Winston Botherby.
Okej, czyli to jest taki tutorial.
And finally, science is the overarching purpose behind everything we do here. Go to Professor Van Alden to learn how to study relics, avoid anomalies, and catalog scientific knowledge. This training is mandatory for all wings, not just white.
Dean finishes. Dean catches himself.
Oh, and when you're done with your trainings, proceed to the waiting room. From there, you'll travel to Magellan by bus.
Okej.
The administrator looks up at you again.
That is all.
He reaches for the tape recorder, but thinks better of it.
Protocol calls for a little welcoming preamble, but dash it all, that's nonsense. Welcome to Concord Station.
Dziękuję.
As he's about to turn away, Dean suddenly remembers something.
Oh yes, I sent your mail to your Kairos. Check your new messages. Well, that's all, I think.
Ile? Messages sent to you by various characters are stored in the message section of your Kairos. Message from some place can be used box tab and after reading are moved. Questy. Moja historia. After registration, you must acquire a new uniform, acquire means of self-defense, and training on your cyber training, go to the landing zone and wait for the bus to the Magellan. Cztery lokacje. Jeszcze nie zrobiłem żadnego przestępstwa. Użyjmy. Through the game, you will often have to interact with various computers, terminals, content. Information will allow you to turn on, disable mechanism, through assets. And information how to progress further in the game can almost always be found in there. To był kibel, nic więcej. Na razie nie możemy iść, tu nic nie było. Więc idziemy przez drzwi. Anna Leroy po drodze. Sigli Minar. Dzięki. Musiałbym te drzwi jakoś otworzyć. Nie wiem, czy mi się uda. Monty. Chodźmy do Montiego. Chodźmy do Montiego, zobaczmy, co Monty ma do powiedzenia.
Oh, good day.
Ah, it's you. How do you like inside the dome? Maybe my optimism about this place and the people working here.
I hope to see you again soon.
Hmm. 5 był quick save.
Don't touch that door.
Dostałem po reputacji? Hmm.
Never thought this would happen.
Nie dostałem. Ale śmietniki mogę przeszukać. Expa. Zaszukanie śmietników. Co możemy zrobić? No możemy go po prostu wpisać. Meeting the employee, please enter a command. Stat. Menu, news. Read. 5 years to future humanity celebrates discover Doomsday. Będę miły dla niego po prostu. Idę do niego. Woohoo!
See ya.
Dobra, bym chciał piccolo. Kasa. Dobra, nie będę chyba tu wchodził. Musiałby gdzieś sobie wyjść, żebym tutaj wszedł. Tu są zablokowane drzwi. I widzę, że tutaj jest jak inne wyjście, jakieś inne gatesy. Tam widzę niższe piętro, do niego mam jakieś pociuchy, a Anna Leroy?
I'm listening.
Yes, young chick bunny sleep a woman with a red warning lamp in her hands. Not administrator, continue. All employees according to the other waiting area might be across through the regular. Please be advised that rule does not apply to newly arrived employees. As she pauses, she could cut down danger employees. And the what my who does not apply to newbies. Training and go away. I need training. Rozumiem, że to jak drugi raz ci trzeba trening.
Behind the storage counter, you see a small, neat guy. His gingery
Neat.
hair shines with something like brilliantine. His badge says Sidney Maynard, storekeeper.
Continue.
The silver perks up at your approach. A thick logbook appears at once from under the counter. Sidney puts on thick glasses that seem to age him 5 decades in an instant and studies the lined pages.
Okay.
The silver finally stops and pins down a particular page with his finger.
This is your first uniform requisition, right? You can also purchase any equipment you need for the desert directly from me.
Issue my
Maynard
equipment.
adjusts his glasses in a businesslike manner.
And before I give you the uniform,
This
please
season,
listen to these
short instructions.
Sidney fiddles with his hairstyle.
So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life under the dome can be dangerous. You may get shot, spill acid on yourself, get electrocuted, or suffer the effects of a dangerous anomaly. You may also freeze to death or get fried.
Okej, wszystko może się zdarzyć.
That's why it's important to wear protective equipment when traveling outdoors. Of course, in hazardous situations, the equipment will get damaged, and the more it's damaged, the more often one has to repair it.
The silver steps back from his counter to indicate the repair kit boxes piled in the back of the warehouse.
Okay.
He points back at the shelves behind him.
We've got repair kits for this gear. There are blue wing specialists ready to
Okay.
help you at any large base, of course, but they're not always available. So you'd better learn how to use repair kits and workbenches on your own. It's a useful skill.
Spoko, nie umiem.
Sydney rests the logbook on the desk.
That's all the instructions. Now I'm going to issue your uniform.
The silver
Rób to, a nie
disappears
gadaj.
into the back for a while and returns with a small package. Unfolding the package, Maynard shows you a brand spanking new uniform. Sydney proudly shakes out a bright white jacket. It more resembles a thick mantle than a lab coat.
Look, this is the most advanced clothing under the dome. It protects from acid, aggressive fauna, and radiation. Not very effectively. Don't expect miracles.
He raises a finger.
One more important thing. In accordance with Order 16-225, helmets and gloves are not issued, but they're available for purchase from me. Please bear in mind that a full set includes headgear or a mask, jacket, trousers, gloves, and boots.
Aha, czyli dostanę jacket, trousers, boots. A, nie dostanę.
Sydney hands you the package.
Here's your uniform. Enjoy.
Sydney adjusts his glasses.
That is an important element of Encased while
You know,
playing
we're pretty well
you
stocked
will-
here in Concord.
with characters who you can trade with either by choosing the rate dialogue from Arthur.
Sydney
Take a look at the
scribbles
ghost.
something in his logbook.
Please come back anytime if you need something.
Okej, ja mam 59. Myślę, że ja bym chciał jakiś hełm. 150. Co mogę mu dać? Nie wiem, co z tego będzie useful. Dobra, na razie nie kupuję. Nie kupuję, bo nie mam żadnego pojęcia, co będzie tutaj useful, co nie. Okej, to teraz się ubierzemy. Tego nie mogę ubrać. Nie. A to jest pewnie jakiś mech. Mech! Read. Please accept our sincere congratulations from the day forward. You are officially part of Crown's ranks and of scientists, talent, and managers, and other employees. These people form a huge team, and we have hope soon find your own place and make some new friends on the way. We're all united by a common goal. We believe in a bright future for every human being on Earth, and we prepared to work hard to achieve it. Okay. Oh. Ciekawego. To jest mój skaner, który będę skanował. Overview. Pamphlet. Welcome under the dome. This is the new home. So, technically speaking, the dome is also a pyramid area, most likely a force feed of a dome covers a large part of the desert, completely isolating them from the outside. Our scientists believe that structure and the relic's forefather, the name was the mysterious vision. They don't to remain so well preserved. we're here to explore all. By the way, if you think that consists of nothing but sand, you're mistaken. There are extensive salt marshes and swamps, rich oases, and rocky ridges under the dome. Let's look at what's located. Geographically, we separated the desert into four sections: north, south, east. Most populated sectors are east and north. That's where you'll find the most of our large-scale construction. Excavation and new highways being laid. West of the town is where one finds salt marshes and white sand hiding many. South is the desert in Domingo. Main solar batteries power and ice. Station have gained a foothold. One can find its faithful infrastructure household here. At Kronos, we believe a happy employer is a productive employer, and a very prerequisite happiness is the material abundance available to everyone in exchange for money. You can be sure there's no corner under the dome with it because where you won't be able to gas up your car, buy high quality vacuum packed and generally insulated goods to read that day newspapers with a cup of coffee or review the industry's newest novelty. In addition, all medical, fire and repair services are provided to our royal residents. Corporate and municipal laws and rules are followed by the Black Wings service in case of a breakdown. You can always call for a tow truck and a taxi. Of varying comfort levels, we also promptly deliver your mail and postal orders. Phone numbers for emergency services and contact information of reception managers or things are available on the last. Once again, welcome onto the Dolny Home. Okej, trochę wiemy. Za czytanie dostałem experience.
Anything urgent, Mr. Kratchkov?
Katarzyna, did you mark it as class 1 again instead of 2? Look, here's the scanner data. It says the relic is a scientific device.
Wait, but it's still class 1. I'm not going to violate protocol.
Katarzyna, my dear, you may violate protocol as long as it benefits the company. Take your lead from your colleagues.
Boxes. Search.
Vladimir, I'm done. How do we mark it?
Class 2 fragile. Tell Noyan the relic should go out with today's flight.
O, electric equipment i matches. Bierzemy wszystko. To, że nawet dobrze, że na samym początku sprawdziłem, że możesz Wiset, tutaj skrzynki są nie do otwarcia. Hand dryer. Szukaliśmy, dobra, lecimy dalej. Tu nie możemy przejść, musimy iść. Albo wejście do niego jest z tej strony. Najpierw pistol. Dobra. Trying to review. Moving between locations. The game world is vast and divided into many separate locations, some of which may be temporarily accessible. The transition between locations usually look like a door, ceiling, or a dark area, hatches, or a special marked area. The way is free, click on them and the character will open the portal and move through. Let's see.
Complain to the Silvers about that idiot. They'll take the appropriate measures. I hate those oranges.
O! Znalazłem mop! Znalazłem mop! I found the mop! Save, który możemy przeszukać. Drzwi, które są zamknięte. Aha. Musiałbym kurde wszystko koleś. Polo Judasz. Beer bottle. Co zrobić? Przekonany, że z pustej butelki da się coś zrobić. Pan Maksim Penkowski.
An engineer in a bright blue jacket is tinkering with the door lock, cursing under his breath non-stop. Blowing a curly strand of hair off his forehead, he turns to you.
You're a newcomer, right? It's a straight-up open house here today.
He offers you his hand. According to his badge, this is Maxim Penkovsky, technician. The technician slaps the door with one move.
You have to wait until I'm done. Some orange jammed up the lock with chewing gum just for a laugh. They're like animals, oranges. Marking their territory.
Oczywiście.
If you ask me, they're too gracious about those bastards in Crystal Sands.
Penkovsky chuckles.
Looks like you don't get it. Tons of relics pass through Concord. The base is laid out to make everyone walk a single route, with each
Oh.
level as separate as possible from the bottom. You get the memo?
He turns back to the lock.
So in the meantime, take a load off. Have a coffee. Loosen up. Watch the storm through the window. You'll be seeing a lot of those out here.
Okej.
Maxime extracts a thin, sharp precision probe from behind his ear and dangles it in front of you.
Though there's another way. You want to learn something about picking locks? It's a useful skill in all sorts of situations.
He looks at you expectantly.
Tak. Zapytam się, czy to jest legalne. Bo
Penkovsky shrugs.
Pick this lock specifically as much as you like. But in general, yes, it can be illegal if you try to get in where you shouldn't be, or open other people's lockers. No one will get upset if you touch an ownerless door.
ciekawe, czy coś bym dostał za to, bo...
The blues getting excited.
All right, looky here.
Penkovsky presses his pick lock, and an
Oh,
odd
yeah.
device resembling a hybrid of a screwdriver and a can opener into your hand.
Using a mechanical pick lock is easy peasy. No special skill required. They wear out after a few locks. While the old-fashioned kind is another thing entirely. Cheap, one use. But one has to know how to use it right. That's a tool for a master.
Maxime takes out another pick lock and crouches by the door. He gives you a quick lesson on how to pick a lock.
Dzięki. Ja wiem to, ale...
You can carry your tools in your belt. It's much handier to have them right there.
Penkovsky shows you his utility belt, where he keeps all kinds of tools and gadgets.
Actually, finding tools under the dome is no problem at all. There are even devices for hacking terminals and so on.
Maxime hoists up his belt. The blue solemnly raises his index finger.
And one more thing. Always use brand name stuff if you can. Groovy produces good. Modus and Supercolor do too. Fat contracts with Cronus, so they care about quality.
He looks at the door again.
Damn these locks. Though I'd rather be doing this than fixing half pods. Those are a real pain in the ass.
Penkovsky gives you a
No,
patronizing
chciałbym wiedzieć, co są.
Because they're poorly made, warp from the heat, and the filters aren't worth a damn. The modules were constructed by marketing managers, not engineers. Building a city in the desert was also their idea. This project is all about PR. Cronus wants to show the world how tough they are.
Okej. Ale ten... Nie wiem, through the game you will cross lock doors to dance and they can be unlocked. Use right button on the top of the door and select desired ability. Oh, the use of special lockpicks increase chance of success, but those with the split plate rather quick. You can break down the door by brute force or use the terminal nearby. Try to open the door. No. Dobra, to najpierw wezmę broń.
Get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then
A, mam.
apply it to the door. Yes, apply.
There's much used green notebook lying on open. The pages have been lined with a pencil and filled with a neat, phonetic script with oversized. Received into the handgun, into the rounds, hollow point round, warrior princess SMG, KA special assault rifle. Okay. Server special justification provided. Daj mi broń!
The
Yeah.
smell of good tobacco wafts off this
Oh,
tall,
yeah.
portly woman from a meter away. A black lacquered pipe, an open logbook full of signatures, and a metal flip calendar sit on the counter in front of her. A small nameplate reads, Margarita Tkachenko.
Margarita Tkachenko.
The woman fixes her coppery hair with one hand and casually lights her pipe.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Her voice is deep and gravelly. Margarita thumbs back a couple of pages in her logbook.
I see. This was your first receipt.
She glances at her Kairos, looks at you, snorts, and retreats to the shelves. Tkachenko returns a couple of minutes later, carrying something that looks more like a toy.
Dostałem zabawkę.
The weapon seems weightless as she spins it around her finger.
I ain't telling you shit about this thing, cause that's exactly how much I know. Laser, schmazer, cadmium battery, fiberglass body, blah 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 blah. You probably know more about it than I do. Here.
Nie byłem trained. Ja jestem chyba dobry w Energy Weapon.
Margarita drags on her pipe and releases a puff of thick, yellow smoke.
I see you know the rules and won't cause problems.
No, dobrze zrobiłem. Cześć, misiu. Cześć. O, miśka. O, misieńka. Wysłałeś się podlizać? Wieciak się. Wielko łoka. Wielka kłoka. Ask about weapon drawbacks. Ask about servicing the weapon. Okay.
Regards the Andromeda suspiciously.
Fuck it. If it breaks, bring it back and I'll trade it in for another one. There was a little cloth in the box it came in for cleaning the lens. That's all I know.
Tkachenko bites down on the stem of her pipe.
Are you kidding me? I'm a different breed. One that doesn't understand toy guns. What if it turns out to be radioactive? Sorry, but I can't help you out on this one.
The armorer shrugs, puffing indifferently on her pipe.
It's the least I could do. We have a requisition list from the Silvers. For free, you receive only rubbish. If you want the real deal, check out the weaponry shop.
No tak, oczywiście.
Wait a minute. Sign your name here in the meantime.
Margarita reaches under her counter and produces a set of ammunition.
Dziękuję za amunicję do
Set
tej
of
broni.
ammo is issued for every task, but there's so much bureaucracy you'll go daft. Expenditure report. Form number 16. Disposal form. The Silver's running true to form. So if you need more ammo, I recommend you either search or barter for it. Or learn how to craft it on your own. These are useful skills. Trust me.
Super. Wszystkie są useful skills.
Leaning over the counter, the black points somewhere off to one side.
Now it's time for your training. Fatherby is already waiting for you by the big gate. He's a bit dotty, but a good man nonetheless. But before the training zone, go see that wizard guy with his toothpicks. Be careful around him, though. Don't let him pitch you a line. Psychic my ass.
She winces in disgust.
Okay. Encased has several modifiable keys that will make your gameplay much more comfortable. Hold down shift to view the top tail before hold contact track as telescope to highlight inactive interactive objects and objects lying around. To by się stało wcześniej. Na przykład nożyczki tego. poszedł tu, to widzę dalej. Miro. Prawdopodobieństwo.
And then,
Dobra.
apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word.
Nie chcę tego użyć.
Get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt.
Tu mopa. Nie możemy mopa? Możemy mopa. Tak, chodzimy z mopem na plecach. Electric Lot. Simple lockpick. Okej. Jakbym zniszczył te nożyczki, to miałbym 2 lockpiki. Weapon powers. To są... broń. Ja jestem dobry w jakich broniach? W jakich broniach jestem dobry? Jest w broniach. Jakich? Ale jestem. Na zdrówko. No i muszę tam przejść. Tu gdzieś. High-tech weapons. A ta broń to jest... O, sorry. High-tech weapon. Nice.
And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word.
A, mogę pięścią też próbować lockpikować.
Just don't forget to pick up your uniform and weapons. It'll be awkward for you if the door gets stuck again.
Dobra, idziemy do Andrija.
Chodź tu spać. Nie tu się połóż.
Our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Porozmawiajmy sobie z panem
A
Michałem.
lean silver with thick black hair and a huge cigar clamped in his teeth,
Mój Jesiu.
sitting in front of you.
Czy nie zrobiła kupę?
Tak.
O!
Ale w takim... Posprzątać.
Nieważne, zrobiła. Pochwaliłaś oczywiście.
Ale nie wziąłem smaczku.
Jej bardzo dobrze działają pochwały po prostu.
As you approach, he flashes a sly grin and slowly raises an outstretched hand above the
Właśnie ci szukałem szafkę za tobą.
Something really weird happens. All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air. The silver badge reading Andriy Mihai, science instructor, floats up as well.
Here for the briefing, huh? Shall we get to it?
He takes
Okej,
the cigar out of his
tak.
mouth and exhales
Jestem
a
trochę
lush
psionikiem,
puff of
więc nie
smoke.
powinienem się tym...
The silver props his elbows on the table.
Anyway, here's the deal. It's more profitable for people with a high psyche to study psionics.
Słucham?
Masz tą wodę?
Mam. Oczywiście. Okay, give me your hand.
Not waiting for an answer, he grabs your hand with strong, dark fingers. He jerks his hand back at once, then touches you again carefully.
I got talent.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know you got one hell of a talent, huh? Slimy little bastard, you. You want to take my office, I know. But you sure got some power there.
The silver takes a thin glove covered in talc from his desk and passes it to you.
Look, a glove, right? But it isn't just a glove. This is an hold me tight glove. It takes energy from your psyche and pew concentrates it.
Okay.
He counts off on his fingers.
Learn psionics. Put on the glove. Transform energy into the necessary shape. That's the whole briefing. Simple? Simple. Now to your questions, huh?
The silver takes a pull at his cigar.
No, chciałbym wiedzieć, skąd się to pojawiło w ogóle. W 1976.
Psionics. It's a gift for all of us. The forefathers took off someplace. Poof, gone. Only the dome remains. And this. Psionics, huh?
He rocks back in his armchair, puffing on his cigar. The toothpicks again slowly rise up from the table. Mihai spreads his dark hands. Toothpicks hover around his head in a kind of halo.
Scientists say everyone has an organic skill called psyche. You have it, I have it, everyone has it, huh? Big psyche, you got talents. Small psyche, no talents. You'll need to carry a lighter all your life.
Mihai spreads his hands good-naturedly as if to say,
Myślę, że lubi.
The toothpicks on the table skitter around for a moment, arranging themselves into a curse word.
Nice.
The silver laughs loudly at his joke. The cigar falls from his mouth to float in the air, ash flaking weightlessly from the tip. In reply, Andrei jumps up from his armchair and thrusts his face close to yours, exhaling foul cigar smoke.
Quickly, think of a number, huh?
The unexpected question calls a bunch of different numbers to mind, but you can't seem to decide on one. The silver looks into your eyes.
3, 14, 13, 76.
He easily names every number you've got in mind.
Ciekawe po którym razie się wkurwi, jak będę go pytał o to, żeby pokazał mi jakieś...
You don't have to ask him twice. Mihai picks up a light bulb from the table, gripping the base in his hand. The filament begins to glow faintly. Soon enough, it comes to full heat and glows bright orange. In a little over a second, the bulb is shining with a steady white light. The silver laughs contentedly. It doesn't take the psychic long to think of something. A small 2-com bond coin jumps up from the table and an invisible force folds it in half. The ruined coin drops into a glass already almost full of coins in the same state. Mihai shakes his head wearily.
No, enough tricks. I'm exhausted. Psionics is... it requires strength. Drains you. Remember that, huh?
Dobra. Dowiedziałem się właśnie czegoś bardzo... flower pot. Serve the flower pot. Naprawdę chowa pieniądze w... Handful of earth. Dobra, wezmę ziemię. Trade, vendor.
An amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet. Come on, don't be shy.
Okay, this one moment Polish badge. Leticia Rivers. Carrying a stack of glossy leaflets under her arm. Here another stack of leaflets on a nearby arm. Okej. Pozwolimy jej dać tam. The entire infrastructure under the dome is tailored to science needs. The Magellan Research Station. Maintain a meaningful silence. Thank her for the speech. No ale spokojnie gdzieś. Take the leaflet.
Come back again.
Okej, mam więcej. Same takie jakie już miałem. Co to jest? Piece of cloth. Dobra, może nie będę chodził z mopem jako bronią. A, dobra, to jest jeszcze. I tu jest portret. A, tu jest amunicja. Jeszcze jest przy. Pieniądze są zawsze przy. Tu mam klucz. Powinno to jakieś. Niemniej jednak zbieram. Holographic table.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization.
Okay, this desk is a bit different from the others on this floor. It's covered with a layer of silver glass treated with luminophore. Every little point of the surface emits weak yellow lights. Lighters. The worktop has a huge built-in digital display, rows of glowing points from a detailed map of the area under the dome. You touch the screen with your fingertip and static makes hairs on your arm. Look at the north. Okay. Audio guide on. Speakers in the north of the castle. And here you will find a real. Will be the ultra-modern light of utopia to which every city on earth was. Here we forge our feet together. South down the Pacific, west down you'll find funny recreation areas, pass bars, message boards, casinos, romantic escorts, bo nikt nie potrafi rodzić dzieci w tym romantic escort. The east section. Eastern part of the dome, business center, right of the look at the central part. This corridor, the first and still most important of the dome, the station and the battery of all communication with the outside world as well as the hub of what dome. It would be a shame if some byłoby słabo. Fajny strażnik.
Sounds like a sci-fi story, but we aren't strangers to
O,
sci-fi here.
biorę kolejnego mopa.
Plans are ready, and according to them, there will soon be a real big city in the west.
Jakiś drzwi, które mogę otworzyć. A,
I don't know about you, but I'm sure
ten odkurzacz dostałem.
and will feel like a real
Tutaj są dwójeczka.
and the dome from the inside. See you next
Okay.
time.
Flowerpot. Znowu ktoś chował w flowerpocie. Kasa.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the dome from the inside with me, Victoria LeGrand. As you can see,
Nie wiem.
there are endless solar plants in the western
Door to training grounds. Okej, czyli tam na pewno będę musiał najpierw tutaj pogadam z tymi osobami.
What an inhospitable wilderness, you'll say. And I
Aerozone.
what if I told you that
Put it on.
lying by a swimming
Ekozone. Przepraszam, nie aerozon.
An amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
You press the section to the door, but nothing happens. Ah, okay. These are required to go on briefing going outside. Okej, dobra, czyli
Welcome under the
z
dome.
którymi muszę pogadać.
Victoria LeGrand and the dome from the inside.
Beefy orange. Gems.
Well, hello there.
Good afternoon. I wish you a pleasant stay in the company. Yeah, that's right. Well done, Tom. You're making progress. Bruce have enough Monday. That's the best point right on the ball. Okay, like it here. So it's warm, friendly, good job with take good care of us. I like it here. No, just remember that we're humans as well. What's tank? Wish a pleasant stay to a longer stay. No next day. Co ty mi powiesz, jego strażniczko?
Come on, don't be shy.
Hello, listen, could you do me a favor? Yes, of course. Simulator, something the first room. Those are vitamins. Simulator for me. And points. Can I have those? To hear something, please. Thank you. Okay.
Detailed plans are ready, and according to
Wow,
So,
look what the wind blew in.
before you go, my friends would trying to cut to the path away chicken. Okej. Mam kolejne zadanie.
see you next time.
Co?
again.
Ciekawe.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Norman Potter.
Hiya.
Hello, brother. Do you know the two of side violently? We have a kind of activity. Change that. Also, I don't have any more power. That's unfortunate. I'll tell you about non-lethal weapons and how to. a commune. We practice meditation, welcome. Don't eat meat and trying to give up plastic. Oh. Very good. When you arrive under the dome, they never expect almost any kind of weapon. Can use no letter on the mission causes severe fatigue after several attacks. The enemy may be knocked unconscious. Okay. Another weapon. Cases pepper spray and trunk. Can also be acquired under the dome and what or martial art technique take the enemy out of action. Remember, the main thing is you want to killing, you have to exhaust your.
It was nice chatting.
No, było. Dobra. Prawdopodobnie musimy przejść. Nie wiem. Duże pomieszczenie. Mamy strażnik. Taki sobie powinno wyjść. Marek. Co się stało? Panie Marku.
What? Again? I'm listening.
Okej, tutaj się nauczyłem używać skanera. Okej.
Come back again.
Skan. Ciekawe, czy mi starczy tego skanowania na... O, woda! Woda się przyda. Skoro tu jest system. Beef noodles. Canned beans. Inventory controller. Wołaj, bo jeszcze nie skanowałem wszystkiego. Gun. O, mam plusik, mam level up. Użymy pierwszy relik.
Hello again.
Good, let me take over. Continue. Yes, excellent work. Dziękuję.
Bye bye.
Okej, tu jest gunsmithing. Okej. Nic nie mogę zrobić. Super. For crafting ammunition, food, medicine, and some devices, the residents of the dome have a special workbench. Chemists, guns, smiths, cooks, etc. have their own workbench. Most of these workbenches are located in a workshop where craft made by create an item. You need to find the appropriate workbench and as well as have the necessary spare parts and the corresponding ability to set them up. Metal Locker. Też sprawdzimy. Nic nie ma. Nie. Krejty są sprawdzone. Idziemy po kolejnego mopa. Mogę wyjść? Nie mogę. Coś jest? Nie za bardzo. Dobra, czyli nie ma sensu tam iść. Ten coś ode mnie chce, dobra. Daryl! Before you see a large, hairy, funny round with little glasses. He's packed with fish snacks in his hand and he dips his fingers in it, carefully fishing small pieces.
Greetings.
Okay. Okay, here's the thing. Do you see the file behind my back? I've just returned from shipping. I've been moving some crates. They were sealed for transport. So I checked a few of them and looky, our relics. I thought they were rubbish at first, but no, these are subject category 2. Oh, category 2, czyli category 1 będzie. Czyli są chujowe, tak? Bo im wyższa kategoria, tym lepsze. Tylko zrozumiałem, bo tam ci chcą, podsłuchałem rozmowę, że oni mają, chcą więcej zarobić, dlatego dają kategorię drugą zamiast kategorii pierwszej. Okej, spróbujemy. Stealth mode, hey, he allows you to steal and move without being detected. Watch the detection indicator above the character on the pool you will be. You can go into stealth mode only if no one can see. Capsule play with. Okay. To widziałem. Okay.
Good day to you.
I think good. Ah, it's a professional. Okay. Here for cremation with environment. I'm here to kind of watch everything goes right. Wonder boxes. What a thing to say. Boxes. These are coffins. Jezu, on ma wkłady w mowę. Coffins. These are most coffins I've ever seen. Best coffins ever seen. Here a window to look at the dead. Wanna open or close it? Can do. Here's a factor to stop the lid from falling. Alright, technology. Soft, comfortable, soundproof, and sleep in all night. Wanna try? With yourself, I personally do like lying in one of something smooth. It's all good. I hide for the bosses sometimes. Close the lid and go to sleep. Like a zombie, right? Wow. Maluszku. Just don't open them. The windows, let them open right. Look at the first corpse. Rest a hand wrapped in must be made from the coffee of coffin middle only wearing the room. Face me orange with a purple face lying in the neck as well step away from
It was nice chatting.
mogę tylko reklamować, relacja. Dobra, pójdziemy tu.
Hey, you're at it again, asshole.
Okay, you got me.
Ask what they are playing? Może być. Work hard and we rest just as hard. We've got breaks so more. Okay. Jak z nimi zagrać? Okay, we're going to time for work, right guys? Broken toilet. Broken toilet. A ty gówno? Znalazłem już tyle mopów, że mógłbym całym ten. Znaczy, ile mam mopów? Raz, dwa, trzy mopy. Po prostu chodzę i zajmuję mopy. Kolejny mop. Teraz przeszukaj śmietnik. Patrzenie w lustro poprawia mi poczucie własnej wartości. Nice. Okej. Chciałbym dodać... Wdech. No, wdech. Dziesiątki. Survival do dziesiątki. 4 do Naukowca. I 4 do kryminału, bo musimy cały czas... Ja mam 13. A, bo self-confidence plus 1. Dobra.
Right on this spot. Sounds like a sci-fi story. But we aren't
Też już zniknęli tu.
The detailed plans are ready. And according to them, there will
Nie kazał w ogóle iść.
See you next time.
Hello again.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the dome from the inside. With me, Victoria LeGrand. As you can see,
Dobra, pogadajmy z Winstonem.
A middle-aged black is sitting behind the counter with his hands in his lap. The buttons and zippers on his uniform are polished to a shine, and even his badge, Winston Botherby, instructor, has been buffed so much it hurts to look at it. Botherby frowns as you approach.
Your first act is being late for the briefing. You going to be late for your funeral as well?
Próbuję się przypodobać.
Looks you over.
Yes, I see the weapon received checkmark. Looks like you are fully prepared to disappoint me. You are prepared, right, employee?
Yes? Chciałbym zaznaczyć coś, ale kot akurat w tej...
Botherby leans over the counter and directs you to the doors.
Behind this door is a combat simulation computer. Launch it and begin your course.
He raises his index finger.
The conditions in the training zone closely simulate those one would experience in the field.
Okay.
Your goal is to avoid getting lost and dying of dehydration. And try to aim the barrel away from yourself when shooting.
Pulling a notepad from his pocket, the instructor jots down your name.
Your goal is to hit 3 targets. I'm going to monitor you and advise as necessary. And try not to burst into tears. That's all. Go ahead.
Okej. Będziemy użyć terminala. Before entering combat, make sure you are prepared. Check your companion's health. Move your weapons from inventory to hand slots. Load your guns if necessary. Prepare medicine to counter health damage. Consider the sequence of the action and the direction of the attack. Oh, well, it makes a block. Okay, let's proceed to the training. Encased has a turn-based combat system. The move sequence of your opponent's bias on yourself is determined by immediate action and moving and attacking. After performing all your desired actions, you have some action points you can spend them on increasing your defense class or clicking on the cover button, or you can finish the current turn and save them. Okay. Lista nie ma. Okay. Nie wiem. Anime. Not enough action points. Okej, nie wiem czy oberwałem, nie wiem gdzie jest moje życie. A, in almost every battle you are surrounded by interactive objects, traps, pools of toxic glue, flames, or barrel fuel that can be blown up while aimed shot. This can give you advantages or counter. Energy shot kosztuje 3, czyli akurat tyle ile mam. Ale mnie nie trafił. Ten znowu przybiegł. Ale mis! Kurde. Dobra, teraz critical damage. Zróbmy to. Chciałbym zobaczyć. Low temperature substance for frostbite. Biegnę tu. Stoję tak jak... myślałem, że stoję tak jak żeby beczkę musiał trafić. Aha, mogę użyć zdolności. Energy shot albo po prostu strzelać.
This is the dome from the inside with me.
Make sure that you don't have any weapon drawn when you start talking to someone. Nobody likes putting your weapon. They just one weapon. Active poster on the back on the door. Huh? Nie to. A, mam poster mamy.
Make it quick.
Botherby nods grandly.
You made it through training without making a total fool of yourself. Congratulations. I'll send a report up the chain about your completely unanticipated success. You're dismissed, employee.
Dobra, myślę, że mnie lubi. Dobra, ale ja chciałbym zobaczyć jakiego on... A! Zależy z którym wingiem. Okej. Nice. Auction. Ja nie znam żadnych. Mam kupę. Mam za to w chuj mobów. Chciałbym sprzedać ten moped. Sprzedać komu. Ale też jest ważną częścią. Po co mi tyle mobów? Amunicja. Handgun cartridge. Shotgun. Okay. Jedzenie też jest zabawne. Woda. A mydła. się uda mi widzieć. Dobra. Porządek zrobiony. Jeszcze nie wyszliśmy z tej lokacji. Save game. Save. Executujemy. Dzięki bardzo za oglądanie. Mi się bardzo podobało. Ogólnie polecam gierkę. Gierka jest fajna. Dużo trzeba robić, myśleć i tak dalej. Więc tak. Bardzo super. Akcyjna. Ale spoko. Spoko mi się bardzo podoba. Więc wydaje mi się, że zrobimy jeszcze przynajmniej streaming z niej. A tymczasem worem, lasem zobaczcie wszystkie moje informacje na dole filmikiem, które oglądacie to na YouTubie. Wejdźcie do Twitcha, zobaczcie informacje, zostawcie followa, zostawcie subskrypcję na YouTubie. I dzięki bardzo. Buziaczki i co zawiesiło i muzyki nie ma.